Right. It's just the fact it takes so long to get into the actual game to fucking play is what's pissing me off.
Hello again. I guess it's time for us to chat, as is our routine. Not to imply that this is unwanted. In fact, I think I'm growing rather fond of you. You and I have shared a grand nothingness, and I feel as though your belly is a suitable embassy amidst the unknown above. Admittedly, and please do not take offense, your innards sometimes frighten me. Even in the complete safety of a belly and to myself, there are places like this that I do not want to know. Shall I ascend to your lungs and feel your breath? I think that would be lovely.
Dan's game, Dan's fucking AIDS. Fucking game shit.
Simple little animals, aren't they? Filthy, no doubt, but can you really blame them? I suppose that if I were to hate them for their nature, I would be just as filthy. It's an odd position. To hate a rat for being a rat is to make oneself a rat all the same. It's funny how they all hoard the same supplies. All of it from the old city, and all of it wasted. Would you grant me another ascent? I've explored your innards. Let me scale your back.
But I just want to get, like, pretty much perfect fucking time. Because if I'm going to do a game that's literally movement, I want to make sure my movement is fucking perfect. Did you start the timer when I start moving?
It's always struck me as odd that evil is never self-aware. I mean, the most horrendous actions, these conglomerate endeavors of warring cabals, are caused by the best intentions. So all that's left is this grand suspicion of idiocy. Good intentions are moot under the control of a ludicrously stupid idea. But my contribution is hardly an appropriate contrast. I would like to argue that my contribution is non-existent, and thus superior to their negative impact. But the truth is, we're all infinitely terrible for not contributing at all, be it through neutrality or detriment.
I lost some time there. That wasn't a very good chapter 3. I didn't move straight away after chapter 2 load screen. I forgot to move straight away, so I lost some time. Plus I got stuck.
I don't know why we exist in self-destroying structure. We all share a fondness for that which is correct, and we're all certain that we have it. But there must be a way for that loyalty to flourish without burning the last shreds of coexistence between our species. That is, a species that is primarily defined by its diversity. I don't know if I'm arrogant for assuming that my desire for progress is any indication of my task as a catalyst, but I tried to find Tarshish already. Only in my attempted escape did you find me, and I do not believe that you found me without reason. I actually knew the man who lived here. I believe his name was Solomon, though he insisted that the matter was irrelevant. During the few times we spoke, he seemed ungrateful to the point of mental masochism. He would consistently act as though you have somehow maliciously trapped him within your confines, to limit what can be done with the outside. I, of course, know you better. You and I have a special relationship.
I'm just trying to fucking concentrate because I want to... Like, it's still shit anyway. Like, I'm like genuinely not happy with this one.
How much do you know of the old world? Did you even exist? Were you thrown overboard when your fall occurred, floundering in a new and terrifying negativity? My transition was not a comfortable one, so in this we can feel a measure of companionship. Books on top of books on top of books. Voices creeping in from the vasts of a larger and more ancient world, now trapped in the claustrophobia of narrow minds and cold halls.
I didn't get stuck that time. The game can't be that fucking long. I think it's going to be like 14 minutes is my guess, is what it was going to be. Around 14-15 minutes. As long as I can get a semi-decent run, even if I lose like 2 or 3 seconds and get train skip, I'll be fucking happy and I'll leave it. Unless I want to use keyboard and mouse, but... I mean, is this run really worth it considering it's just fucking walking? And the fact that it's AIDS. Fucking days game. Ugh. Fucking 5:45, man. Oh mate, see how fucking far away I got that fucking door pressed then? That was sick. $1:30, so not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, about 15 minutes then. This is the longest chapter, I think.
One of the larger unknowing camps is nearby.
Or one of the longest.
Their lack of
chapter
organization
7.
tends to make it difficult for them to avoid the conflicts between the guild and the order. Of course, the unknowing themselves make their own little raids. This results in it being difficult to maintain any sense of pity. Regardless, I'm sure the onslaught was horrendous. People never fight harder than when someone else attempts to uproot their anchor, even if that someone only does so by existing.
That was good. You fucking taking the piss. Fuck's sake.
All of our dreams at their core involve some sort of contentment. This is the one desire we all share. But is it a goal that really should be met? After finding contentment, what then? Where is there left to explore after the last temporary comforts of happiness have been extracted?
Now, why did I have to get stuck there?
Our island is plagued with the fruits of a collective mental landscape that defines us as desperately holding on to something correct. So there is no place to hide without truly secluding or perhaps risking the inland. On some level, I feel as though I cannot blame the dwellers. Their zeal for truth is commendable. They're fighting for something rather than keeping it to themselves. They're acting instead of hiding. Still, must cruelty be the manifestation of certainty? If only truth did not need to be compatible with itself. If only we didn't need an anchor to be right. If only we could sail instead of collecting dust on the memories of voyages past.
What am I at now? Like 9 minutes? Eleven, 10.
I remember the exact moment. I remember the slight touch of ocean air passing over my skin as I stared aimlessly into the afternoon sky. It's interesting how, though generally more depressing, I actually preferred a cloudy sky to a clear one. Two vast expanses of blue separated do not have that quality of diversity that a more speckled display boasts. This is not to say that a cloudy sky is wholly unfortunate, because there were moments amidst the grey that I learned to dwell in. I learned to live in the moments where the heavens would tear through the sky as if digging through dirt, creating little bursts of pastel light in the otherwise desaturated gloom. It's as if clouds are nothing but a frame. I wonder if without them, happiness would turn into a flat portrait of stagnation.
Here we go, boys. If I don't get this, that's I'm done for tonight. I'll try it again tomorrow. Nice.
We're almost there, Leviathan. The final step between me and the old city's upon us. I wish I could take you along. Will you remember me? After all, I could never forget you. And how can I even begin to thank you for all that you've done for me? You protected me from a world that I was too weak to bear.
I've only had one mistake
but now
in
the
this
distant
one,
shores of another reality are calling me
stuck
home.
on that fucking railing.
To something I've never seen before. A dangerous and unpredictable world lies ahead of me. But I'm ready to let loose the sails. Here it is. The leap. Goodbye, my old friend.
$14. Just got 2 chapters left, boys. 14 minutes ain't bad. So it's going to be around 18 minutes. I guess sub 18 would be good.
If this final dream before the new is to be trusted, then all life follows the pattern of broken progression. Some call it redemptive history, still others call it galvanization, yet the trajectory is undoubtedly the same. We exist on a familiar shoreline, with the waters lapping at our feet. We look back and see an explored and thus frozen world. Then, as if subconsciously recognizing the need for change, we dive into a prison of even further inactivity. My prison was my only friend, it seems, but even he saw fit to spit me upon a new shore. When I was a child, I was given a rowboat. I wanted to sail, so the universe built me a galleon. How unfortunate that, when I got older, I no longer wished to explore.
Chapter 7 is the longest, yeah. Seems it. This one's quite long, but it's not that long.
I am going to explore again.
I think the last level might be quite long as well.
And sail into
I think the one after this might be the longest.
I'll leave this dream behind to feel the sand of other shores in my hand, and let it loose as I travel inward towards newness. First, however, I'll make one last dive into abyss.
But I'm pretty sure this one's the gonna be the longest one. Let's see.
Here, my foundation's been disintegrated. I'm left with nothing but void. However, the baby of belief need not be thrown out with the bathwater of certainty. An assertion from an assumption is still an assertion, making any deduction from that foundation subject to critique. I may not be able to deduce from a place that I know to be true. I think I was wrong. Dover isn't where my dreams died. It's where one dream took over. I dreamt that I had no dreams. I dreamt that Dover smothered my belief with certainty. In truth, a truth that I cannot know, Dover ran red. The dream of realism created a monopoly of comfortable stagnation that held me hostage until I could do nothing but cling to Leviathan's innards for safety. My belief was not truly killed, it was captured. One belief was deemed more true than another, and I convinced myself that I was correct. I convinced myself that I could be correct. What if this dream's monopoly was disintegrated? What if I could explore a multiplicity of dreams, never quite knowing which ones are a reality? Truth must be compatible with itself based on a starting point I can't prove. I can't assert which dream is not a dream at all because they're all just dreams. Why not discover the dreams I can't control? Rather than hiding portions of them away to let what I was certain of flourish.
That's what happens if you hold sprint when you're on a ledge. You won't be able to walk off it. That's what happened there. That little fucking plant thing classed as a ledge, so I couldn't move. I guess that's somewhere to save time on another time. That's if it lets me use the fucking elevator this time.
One last look at my cage. One last dive into the abyss of negativity. A
What the
terrible
hell?
world full of terrible people.
What the
Yes,
fuck?
but that can be changed. Epistemic humility can regress to the
You have to jump now,
deconstruction
or
of
you won't be able to
stagnation.
fucking, like, you'll
What
get...
I
you
previously
can't sprint
thought
up
to
all
be
those
stagnation itself, the lack of any true knowledge, is simply the deconstruction of an anchor, freeing us to traverse the unexplored. I swam the depths. I confronted the bottom of the redemptive checkmark. I was far more negative than those who still cling to certainty. But that's part of the progression.
When I press this next door here,
It's
dude,
part of
that's
the
when the
broken
timer ends. So
progression.
when you see it go to black is
In
when it
this
ends.
respect, we cannot improve.
I mean, that was okay. It wasn't fucking perfect. I could probably save like an extra 5 seconds or something, maybe 4 or 5 seconds. What was the time? I'll retime it myself so I know, but just like, what was the time like? $2023. Fuck me, the game's that long. Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe if I went use mouse and keyboard, I could probably go for like sub 20 if I use mouse and keyboard.